is copyrighted.
Hey everybody, it's Tuesday at noon. Oh my God, you know what? Self-confession, it's been a rough week and it's only Tuesday. A lot of stuff going on, so I need to pick me up, whatever, and I have it right here. Oh, my coffee as usual. So, hopefully everybody's doing okay. I do need a perk me up, wake me up. Has anybody ever woke up and you know, oh my God, it's going to be a rough day. Nothing particular happens, or maybe it does, and you're trying to get through the day, okay? Maybe some emotional hurt, grief, like I did a show on trying to get through heartbreak a week or two ago, and it's not easy at all. So we all go through this situation where, you know what, life might not be easy, but what are we trying to do to get through with it? And, oh, Sabrina, welcome! Now, gonna talk about, like I said, when we're in a bad mood or, you know what, we're stressed, not feeling well, whatever, we might end up maybe saying stuff out of our mouth that we wish we could take back, right? And it's part of the, you know what, the ongoing, excuse me, you know, tit for tat and the arguments. I want to try to break that and look at the situation as I type a little message there. But join the chat down below, please, and get into the situation. Like I said, we could be in a bad mood. We could be tired, not feeling well, maybe feeling disconnected from our partner, maybe not even liked, or maybe into disagreements, you know, that type of thing. And we tend to get into the arguing, right? The tit-for-tat battles, and I want to break that, or try to help you break that on a daily, as Sabrina said, on a daily basis, yeah. So it's hard, you know what? You get, you know, fed up. You don't feel liked. You don't feel, you might feel attacked. Do you get me? And it's not an easy situation to be in to, you know, sort of hold on to yourself. And I call it about emotional maturity or emotional intelligence. Try to allow that to kick in, to flourish, instead of the impulsivity that you want to just bam, bash each other back and forth. You know what? I don't like you. Well, screw you. I don't like you too. And it turns into an argument back and forth. Or how many people end up having an issue, right? You know what? You piss me off. Oh yeah, you piss me off. That type of thing. Or, you know what? I feel disrespected. You know what? So I feel you know what? You made me feel disrespected. And you stop listening to one another. You stop going after what is important, and that is how each one of you feels. Are you able to step back? Are you able to, you know what? Let's face it. Listen to what your partner has to say. Not only the words, are you able to listen to the hurt and what each other is feeling underneath all that, okay? Again, nothing is perfect. Believe me, I'm not perfect either. I say stuff that I wish I didn't. I might not be as patient or as calm as I usually am. I'm pretty chill, easy to get along with most of the time, but I have my moments, okay? I'm human like everybody else. Now, if your partner feels a certain way, why are you fighting back? Why are you getting defensive instead of understanding, you know what your partner is feeling? You know what? Why are you mad at me? Sounds simple, right? You know what? I want to hear what you have to say, but you know what? Stop yelling at me. You know what? I want to hear you. Don't yell at me. But what do you do to, you know what? Try to understand what your partner is saying, what they're feeling, but also at the same time that you command respect for yourself, that you're not going to get yelled at. You know, couples on a daily basis, they call each other out their names, name calling, and I'm going to tell you, the names they call are not beautiful, sexy, oh, you're the love of my life, you're my baby doll. No, I'm going to tell you, take it to the opposite extreme, and you can imagine what words come out of their mouth in my office, and I try to stop that immediately and try to get after, you know what are you feeling now? And the more you do that, the chances are that the tit-for-tat battles and the arguments will go down drastically, okay? Can I guarantee it? Absolutely not. If anyone guarantees it, they're lying. But this is going to help increase the chances that you absolutely, you know what, are listening to each other, and you take turns. You both can feel hurt. You both can feel disrespected, not loved, not desired. But what do you do to go about it and understand what that other person is saying? Now, I've talked about this. I've, did a show on this maybe a couple years ago, if not a year ago, and I want to revisit it. How you bring up an issue is going to be crucial, right? And it's going to set your partner up to listen. I'm not talking about setting up your partner to manipulate, to get your way. Not at all. I'm not into manipulation. I'm not into, that you're playing one another, or you're trying to use each other or make each other feel guilty, or, to get your way. You get me? I'm not into that at all. But I'm talking about setting your partner up to be able to listen to what is going on with you, right? I've said this. I said to everybody, okay, that how you feel matters. How your partner feels matters, and it needs to. And when you don't feel like how you feel matters to each other, guess what happens? You start fighting. You start bashing each other. You start getting defensive. You start, let's face it, the tit for tat avenues, right? You start going after it to attack each other because, right, you don't like me. You maybe hate me. That's how I feel, right? You don't care about what I feel, so guess what? Screw you! I don't care what you have to say. And we shut down, or we listen to attack one another. How many people have heard that before? Probably often, okay? I'm not the first one to say it. But you listen to attack back. You listen to counter. You don't listen to hear what your partner is saying or what they are feeling, okay? Sometimes it's not always the words. It's about their facial expressions, right? It's about the eye contact. What are they saying in their eye? And what is going on to where you be able to look at that? Hey, Hazura, hey, welcome. Oh my God, it's been a while from Malaysia. Hey, how are you? I hope everything's going smooth for you. Hazura, I appreciate you very, very much as always. It's been a while. Thank you so much for joining in. And looking at, going back to stopping all those aspects, you want to hear or have your partner, set them up to actually listen to you and not attack. So it's very difficult, right? When you start attacking your partner. You know what? You made me, you pissed me off. You did this. You did that, okay? And you look at the situation to be able to look at, you know what? You pissed me off. You know what? Do this. You do that. Oh, Hazura, I'm glad you're good. Very glad. But looking at the avenue, you know what? When you feel a certain way, you feel hurt, you feel maybe pissed off, what do? You start attacking each other, right? You start yelling and screaming, you did this, oh my God, you piece of, and you start calling names. You start screaming and yelling, and two things start happening, right? Your partner that's listening is going to shut down. They're not going to do anything. So they're going to shut down and tune you out. They're not even listening at all. Or the other thing that's going to happen is, right, they're going to yell and scream and attack back because they're not even listening. They want to make you feel how they're feeling. Both of them not productive, definitely not healthy, and it tends to further destroy the emotional connection, the emotional trust, and getting at the root of the issues in relationships, okay? So what happens if, you start your partner, I love you, though I'm mad at you, right? You're my world, but I'm pissed right now. You know what? You're my world, but I feel disrespected. And everyone talks about the and but, right? Oh yeah, here we go, but, like the backhanded compliment. In this situation, it's okay. It's perfectly fine because what you're doing, you're initially going after the partner and telling them, first of all, you love them. You're my world. You know what? I want you. I don't want to leave you. You know what? I want us forever. However, I felt disrespected with this. It's very difficult when you tell somebody, right? You're my world. I love you. You know what? I care about you. However, I felt disrespected. It's very difficult to have your partner on the attack mode when you're using these affirmations, if you will, that, you know what, I love you, I care about you, I care what you feel, you know what, I want to hear you, however, don't yell at me. When you throw out an affirmation about, you know what, the positive aspect that you care about that person, and this can work in, you know what, work relationships, family relationships. Not that you have to say, I love you, you know, in a work relationship, but you know what, I care what you have to say. However, you're not going to yell at me. I feel disrespected. So are you able to go after it and use these affirmations, I'll call them affirmations, to get your partner to, number one, right, not be defensive. Number two, when they're not defensive, they're actually going to be able to maybe listen what you have to say, and it's going to reduce the tit-for-tat arguments. It's going to, you know what, have you both listen to each other. That's what I said about setting up your partner to be able to listen to you and hear you and not attack one another. Sounds easy, right? It sounds easy, but it takes practice. So if it does not work for you, you know, first, second time, be okay with that. Don't bash yourself. Oh, see, Greg, it doesn't work, so what's the use? It takes practice, okay? And of course, I would love it for your partner, for both of you, to be able to do this, to be able to listen to each other and set each other up to be able to listen and actually hear, number one, what you have to say, and probably most importantly is, you know what, how each other feels and how an event affected each other. And I get people all the time, right, arguing over stuff like, it was Monday, and people heard me say this numerous times. It was Monday, Greg. No, it wasn't. It was Tuesday. It was Monday. It was Tuesday. And they argue back. I can't believe that. You're wrong. You're this. And the cutting words, the disrespect that each one feels. And I'm looking at them, and what's the most important issue? If it was Monday or Tuesday, okay, does that really matter? Or sometimes it does, but most cases, let's face it, it doesn't. What matters is how that event made each one of you feel. Again, not a right or wrong. Now, okay, regardless what day, regardless what time it was, how did this event make you feel? You know what? I felt disrespected because you said this. That isn't what I said. Remember? It's very easy. Maybe that sounds familiar. I didn't say that. I said this. And it turns into an argument and a back and forth situation. Believe me, I deal with this on a daily basis, mostly with new couples that I see the first session. It's sort of a little more boisterous, a little more loud, all that stuff. But I try to get rid of that and taper that right away so we can get to work and start building positivity, okay? Now, you know what? I want you to hear me. I don't want you to yell at me. Would that help? It's how you are able to set the stage for your partner to listen to you. And I'm not saying you need to do all the work. I get that. No. I want both of you to be able to say, you know, throw out a positive, you know, affirmation out there. You're my world. I love you. I don't want to lose you. However, you know what? Or I don't want to be without you, though I felt disrespected. It killed me. It devastated me that you did this. And what happens is, right, that other person gets defensive, so we're going to try to eliminate that. Or, you know what, maybe not eliminate it, or at least set it up to be highly reduced. Sabrina, thank you for sharing your wisdom, Greg. I'll be so prepared next time I find love. Sabrina, you will find love. Thank you so much for the props, by the way, Sabrina. You know you're a dynamic lady, big time. So, no, I appreciate the warm thoughts and words, okay? But being able to go after this, it's hard. And I said that it takes practice. Go after how you feel instead of the anger. And I say this almost on every episode, okay? It's so important. Can you go after that you feel disrespected, that you feel hurt, that you feel not loved, not desired, not appreciated, okay? Can you say this, you know what? I love you, but I feel disrespected. You're my world, though I felt disrespected. Not blaming, not, you know, trying to attack each other. You're trying to get your partner to truly listen and get what you're feeling. Now, as a side note, I say this often, okay? If your partner does not, or whoever, it could be family member, okay? People know I'm not a big fan of blood is thicker than water. It could be family, friend. If they don't care how you feel, my question is, why are you with them, okay? Now, are they not caring because they feel attacked, they feel belittled, they feel like you're not listening to them? I want you to listen to me. Why? You don't listen to me, and it turns into this, right? So it's easier to set the stage by saying, you know what, I don't want to lose you. I love you. You're important to me. You're my world. You know what, I care about you. You know what, whatever. Start with the affirmation and then go after what you feel from the heart. Not name calling, not bashing, not ripping each other apart, okay? It takes practice. Now, you know what? What are you doing to do the same and try to understand, you know what, even if your partner tries to attack you verbally, okay? Physically, we ain't going to deal with that, right? I hope not. But are you able to, if your partner does attack you, okay, we're going to flip this switch around a little bit and place you in the role of maybe your partner's coming to you and, you know what, oh my God, you're mean, you're this, you're an ass, you're that, he starts calling you names. You know what? I want to know what you have to say. Why do you think I'm an ass? You know what? I care about what you're saying. You know what? Don't yell at me. So you're the one that's being attacked, okay? You're the one being attacked. It's not easy, right? Because we're like, come on, bring it. You know, we want to attack back. Oh, yeah, you're this, you're that. And the tit for tat battle ensues. The ridicule, the criticizing, the name calling. Like I said at the beginning of the show, it just goes back and forth. And it's not easy when someone is attacking you, start calling you names, right? Oh my God, you piece of this, you rotten person. I'm being nice, okay? You this, you that. So, if we switch roles and you're being attacked, what can you say to them? You know what? You know, I want to hear what you have to say, right? Number one, you're telling that person, I want to hear what you have to say, that you care what they have to say. You care what they feel. You get me? However, you're not going to talk to me this way. You know what? I want to hear what you have to say. I care what you're saying. I care what you feel, but talk to me. Don't yell at me. You get me? Number one, you're going after, again, that you care what that person has to say. You care that, you know what, you want to hear what they feel. You want to get what they feel, absolutely. However, you're still commanding self-respect, that you're not going to allow them to bash you, to call you names, criticize and belittle you, and rip you apart and disrespect you. No. Never allow that to happen. I'm not saying it's easy. Again, you set the stage for caring about how they feel. Like I said on numerous shows, if you'd watch, listen, whatever, I said, you know, most of the time anger is way up here, but underneath that is typically the hurt that people might be feeling. It's not justified, it's not whatever, and we all know there's people with explosive anger issues that they need further help, and it's not about maybe the hurt, it's just they're explosively angry. That's just them, okay? But most of the time, it's due because of the hurt. Not a right or wrong, but if you go after and you acknowledge that you want to hear them, you reassure them that you care what they have to say and care about what they feel. However, you also command respect, that they're not going to treat you this way and disrespect you by calling you names in that aspect, okay? So if someone attacks you, are you able to go after and say, you know what, I want to know what you have to say, but don't yell at me. You got me? You know what, I want to listen, but I'm not going to listen while you yell at me. If you still yell at me, I'm not going to listen until you calm down where we can talk. Sounds simple, right? It sounds simple. Even with clients, I joke around with clients from time to time, and I said, you know, excuse me, my bad. I know it sounds simple. You know what? I make it sound so simple. I'm not saying it is. So I reassure them, even though coming from me, oh yeah, piece of cake, sounds simple, Greg. It's not easy when we are feeling hurt, when we're feeling disrespected, attacked. It's not easy at all. But it can become easier with practice. And even self-talk, your reassurance that, you know what, I want to speak from the heart about what my partner feels, but I'm not going to allow myself to be disrespected in doing so. Okay, so it's important. Again, you know what, if you're upset, you're ticked off, hurt, I get that. You know what, take a breath. You know what, slow your exhale, and then lead with an affirmation. Like I said, a reminder. You know what, I love you, you're my world, I care about what you have to say, or I care about you. Whatever it is, okay, you're important to me, whatever it is, and then go after how you feel. Not bashing, not attacking. You know what, I felt disrespected when you said this. I felt, you know what, betrayed. I felt, you know, you don't care about me by your actions. I felt devastated. Absolutely, allow your feelings to come out. I felt devastated that you cheated on me. I felt, you know, totally crushed that you are thinking of divorce or breaking up, whatever, okay? And then allow yourself to command respect, that you're not going to be yelled at, but you want to hear what they have to say if you are the one being attacked. Sounds simple? I know it's not simple, okay? I'm a realist. But practice these aspects, and you're going to start seeing the arguments and the tit for tat in your relationship or marriage drastically reduce. I wish I could guarantee it. No, but I can assure you that they will drastically reduce, or maybe your relationship is toxic and you need further help, okay? Again, when I do the shows, this also works for the single people. Sabrina out there, woohoo! It will help you, number one, promote self-respect, that you're not going to be disrespected and talk to a certain way, okay, and how to counter that. And number two, that, you know what, you're going to be able to acknowledge, you know what, respect for the other person before you start bashing them and rip them apart because you are angry. To be able to speak from the hurt and, you know, the feelings of disrespect, not feeling loved, desired, whatever those things are, that you're okay with it and you're confident in those, and those don't make you less appealing. That doesn't make you, you know what, that you shouldn't be loved, that you're not deserving of love. You are deserving of love, and to be able to be real with it, okay? So hopefully this will be able to help you out there. Please share the video. I want to help as many people out there as possible. The art, easy for me to say as I choked on my words, the Art of Relationships show is, of course, every Tuesday, every Thursday at 12 noon Eastern Time. I appreciate everybody for the support. I want to help as many people out there. My website, theartofrelationships.org. Check it out. Again, a huge thank you, Hazura from Malaysia. Thank you so much for tuning in. I know we comment on each other's posts now and then. I appreciate you very much. I'm very, very flattered and humbled. Sabrina, as always, much love to you. Thank you so much for chiming in, people. Take care. Peace and love to everybody out there. Take care. Bye-bye.